Yeah.
And that's the question, if people like
Chicken and egg.
felt that or didn't felt that maybe in the second album.
Okay.
It's
That's the
certainly,
question, man.
because it's certainly like it's that struggle that we are not politicians, but we want to reflect
Right.
the political
purpose,
reality that is designing our route and our path from home to the grocery.
But I mean, musically, the people basically what happened. I think that we came up with a kind of a sound that was distinguished a little bit for the moment. I don't want to give it more than that, but for the first EP, Shamstep. So when we did Battle from Promise, there's a confusion. Still, people have to understand who we are, what we're trying to do.
Right.
Because the person who heard it as Palestinian Dabkat,
Right.
he's expecting a Dabka band to continue and give him that.
Okay.
And the one who heard it alternative is now like wondering where you're going to go. So while I think the smaller group is the alternative one, I used to think it's going to be the opposite, but thank God it's not. Thank God it didn't become music for the arts scene.
Right.
It's music for the people. You hear
Right.
it in different places in the Arab world. And that to me is the biggest blessing. Like I'm very thankful for this. I didn't expect that present from God to come that early in my life. So now there's a responsibility as annoying around it, in a blessed way. You know, but the people who actually heard that, the more, some fair people from the arts give you the vibe that, I noticed that you went on a more songwriting vibe in the second one, and you want to mix more sounds.
Right.
So I appreciate that. But yeah, man. I mean, people who just wanted the typical Palestinian party, it's out there.
Right.
I can't just redo it, and I'm not the guy for it. Right?
It's because it's a thin line, because I think in the second album our character as hip hop artist, reggae artist, or like people who write content, we couldn't give up on it like in the second album. That's why it's in some way some people were able to swallow that and some people weren't able.
I think a lot of people respected it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the ones I feel like I want to bang on, like, because because the ones who trusted that, like, go on your journey. For some other people, it's like, well, you're not doing enough. Like, it's not crazy enough. I mean, where is the crazier drums? Where's the experimentation? Where's the? Why is it just simple? So, well, that's a legit thing. And if we want to talk about music, that's where we would like to go as well. Because I mean, we just created something, so we have to keep working with it. It can't be judged now. We have to put more of it out so people can be like, okay, that's what it is in total.
Where do you see the future for 47 Souls musically next year, 2 years, 3 years from now, 4, 5, 10 years?
Third album for sure.
Yeah. I hope like a movement of dance that is specific to the genre that we are doing, or the sub-genre, or what we
and more collaborations.
More collaboration.
But definitely the dance one comes before, you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, you need to see this more visually, and that's happening at the shows in a good way sometimes. Because when we play in bigger cities, there's always enough people from the Arab area, especially our area, Palestine, Syria, and that front line of Debki, with all the other people, watching this and getting into it. That's the best show. Because you get everyone, the culture is preserved in some, at least it survived, a little bit. And that's it. But it's not the Palestinian party Earth Day, which is great. But it's not. That's the show is supposed to have everyone else.
Right.
And it's very good when you see different people. Playing
grooving. Yeah. You guys, were you part of the grassroots of the Boiler Room? What was
most of the artists there.
Okay.
We know most of the artists there.
Right.
We know them very well, but I
You
personally
never
wasn't on it. But you're not?
No. Right.
But some of them are friends and people who we collaborated with in a way.
Right.
Electrosteel, I was thinking. It's not connected to Electrosteel. Right?
No, not Electrosteel.
No.
When I was watching it with Nadeem, and he was like, he was mentioning, maybe you guys have known, but because he said, I've seen this one, whoever it was, maybe at one of your shows, and so I thought maybe that you guys were connected. How where do you see? Where do you see? Okay, so you was into hip hop, and where do you see the movement of the youth with their music? Do you think like what you guys are doing can get people more back into, I don't know, learning how to play an instrument, or just dealing with computers, or I don't know if you.
You mean like what is the method to expand the movement?
Yes, yeah, basically.
I
What-
hear like two sides. Like, do you want us to like to have them be inspired to play the instrument, or more to go to the electronic side, or
Right, but that's what I'm saying. You guys have two sides, so I don't know. Like if the I'm sure the young musicians that are now looking up to you guys, if they go more towards the electronic side, or because you guys are musicians.
Yeah, it's a good point. To be honest with you, I feel like I yet want to find that. You're right. What is the youth? That's a struggle, because I think that the electronic type producers are mainly listening more to hip hop producers and to electronic producers, like the stuff you find on Electro Steam, on Boiler Room,
Okay,
and
right,
which is electronic
right.
based, and it's good stuff, and there's a lot of sampling, and there's smart sampling, and there's good stuff there going on. But what we do is we're combining the whole thing. What I mean is that
Right.
the guy who would play keys at a wedding or a visuals, right, or who sings, like the guy that he doesn't even go to a cafe with artists. You know what I mean? He needs to come to the cafe and play with the guy who does hip hop and electronic
Right.
and stuff. And that's what 47 Soul is about.
Right.
We couldn't find all the, and you know what, and there is a lot of culture and class problems and issues with this conversation. That's a deeper one. But that's what 47 Soul tries to do. Like I am thankful and grateful and proud to say that the 47 Soul show, if you're interested in hip hop or electronic music, you might go and not find anyone you know at the show. But also you might come on one of the nights in one of the venues and find all the hip hop producers that you would know
Right.
from the city. It could go both ways. But that, you know what I mean? And you might find like, Debke troupe from a school in a small village that's taken off the front
Okay.
line.
Okay.
You know, and that yet is to go to the place. You know what? It reminds me a lot with the main problems of Arab culture.
Okay.
Which is that the sources of knowledge and wisdom that are tied to religions are completely separated from because of class reasons, are separated from entertainment and creativity. And that's the same with culture. It's like that. Like to us, we associate traditional Arabic music with either a wedding or a rooftop party for some guy who graduated. Oh, and it's only guys, you know what I mean? But it's hard, it's mad, you know. That's the mad one. Because, it's a bunch of cousins and extensions in the neighborhood dancing, you know what I mean? And, popping all sorts of things that just make the party not finish. And then you get like either the nightclub with like hookers, you know what I mean? Like, and you get these stereotypes about traditional music. Not traditional music, about specifically like the people's popular music. I'm not talking about classical Arabic music, which also is like marginalized in a way. Because of the structures of where we come from. I mean, they're all colonial and post-colonial structures, and they hold this natural misunderstanding, if you don't want to call it prejudice, against the culture of the land. So it's